Bene, possiamo cominciare penso. Buongiorno a tutti, benvenuti a nome dell'Hockey Club Lugano e grazie per la vostra presenza in questo importante momento di incontro con i media, e grazie anche all'Hotel Villa Sassa che ci accoglie oggi, e potrete approfittare della bellezza del luogo soprattutto poi all'esterno quando faremo le interviste e anche le fotografie, che sicuramente saranno più belle di quelle che possiamo fare in questa sala. Ci siamo su questo momento, si è speculato a lungo, noi ci siamo presi il nostro tempo e oggi siamo pronti per cominciare questo nuovo capitolo della nostra storia. Non è più una breaking news ovviamente che Chris McSorley è il nostro head coach, però questa conferenza stampa per noi è molto importante perché ci dà l'occasione di spiegare a voi e quindi poi direttamente a tutti i nostri tifosi, sponsor e a tutti quelli che ci seguono perché abbiamo scelto Chris McSorley, noi come Hockey Club Lugano, ma anche è importante capire perché Chris McSorley ha scelto l'Hockey Club Lugano, perché è un matrimonio e si fa da due parti. Indicazioni di servizio, avevo già detto, chi ha bisogno di una password appunto per la wifi è in Lugano. Le interviste le faremo all'esterno, sia per la bellezza del posto, sia perché poi sicuramente cercate individualmente i diretti interlocutori. Bene, l'onore e l'onere di cominciare questo momento è ovviamente del Presidente. Io saluto Vicky Mantagazza, Neto Menichelli e Chris McSorley. A te Vicky.
Grazie Luca, buongiorno a tutti anche da parte mia. Bello, devo parlare più forte?
Devi accendere il microfono.
Qual è questo? Non era così facile. E mi dai il tuo? Non c'è il logo. Scusate, buongiorno a tutti anche da parte mia, bello rivedervi, soprattutto bello vedervi in salute di questi periodi, è praticamente la cosa che conta, quindi mi fa estremamente piacere. La nostra stagione sul ghiaccio è finita il 22 aprile, quindi circa 2 settimane fa. Dopo l'ultima partita la società si è presa il tempo necessario per svolgere con calma colloqui interni con i giocatori e anche con lo staff tecnico, con Nat e con il gruppo sport all'interno del consiglio di amministrazione. Abbiamo analizzato la stagione e fatto le nostre scelte per il futuro. Oggi siamo pronti ad annunciare quindi Chris McSorley come nuovo head coach dell'Hockey Club Lugano. Chris ha firmato un contratto con noi della durata di 3 anni, questo a dimostrazione del fatto che vogliamo costruire con lui qualche cosa e avere nello spogliatoio e in panchina un leader che possa durare nel tempo. Chris porta tanta energia, questo lo sapete tutti, avete avuto modo di conoscerlo in passato, emozioni, ma anche una grande preparazione sul campionato svizzero, grande cura dei dettagli ed è molto esigente con tutti i suoi giocatori. Quando è stato nostro avversario non nascondo che il Ginevra mi ha fatto disperare. Qui vi svelo un piccolo aneddoto: quando finalmente dopo 2 o 3 serie di fila che il Ginevra ci aveva eliminati dai playoff, finalmente siamo riusciti a eliminarlo noi. Aspettavo la mia cagnolina e ho deciso di chiamarla Jean in ricordo di quell'evento, quindi ho già spiegato a Chris che ha già una tifosa in squadra. Chris ha tanta voglia di tornare a fare l'allenatore e ha deciso che sarà a Lugano già in estate per conoscere tutta la nuova realtà e tutto il suo nuovo club. Deve essere chiaro a tutti che Oggi l'Hockey Club Lugano ha una struttura ben delineata. Abbiamo un CEO, Marco Verde, abbiamo un General Manager, Conrado Menichelli, e avremo Chris McSorley come allenatore. Quindi questo è il nostro piano e questo deve essere rispettato, non che si cominci a fare già speculazioni. Chris, I wish you all the best here in Lugano. E buona fortuna e passo la parola a Nat Domenichelli.
Grazie Vicky. Buongiorno a tutti voi, prendo l'opportunità di parlare un po' in italiano, iniziare e dopo quando entrare nei dettagli parlerò in inglese per dare l'opportunità a Chris e sua famiglia di ascoltare propri motivi e anche altri dettagli per come mai che siamo arrivati a questa decisione. Today, May 6th, 2021, for me it's a real exciting day. For Hockey Club Lugano, it's a real important day. I'll have a little story at the end. I'll explain why it's an important day. There's been a lot of rumors, obviously. When did we close this deal? Was this deal all done? The truth was we were able to agree to a contract late last night where everything was finalized, signed. And you never know. He had a lot of options, Chris. There was talks, but the reality is Chris and I go back a long way. Reality, I've known Chris for over 24 years, actually. And first time I met Chris was 1997 in Las Vegas, Nevada. I was a young player with the Calgary Flames at the time, and Chris was the head coach of the Las Vegas Thunder. And my contract had just finished. And I was there for a charity hockey tournament in the summertime, and Chris came over and introduced himself and wanted to have a coffee, so we sat down. And it was really brief, and he just said, I'm the head coach of the Las Vegas Thunder. I'm not sure your contract's expiring. What's the plan for the future? And I said, well, Chris, I really appreciate it, but I'm under contract by Calgary, and so thank you, but maybe one day, but we're not going to be able to work together right now. So that was the beginning of the journey, and then I don't have to explain what Chris has done over his chapter in the last 20 years in Switzerland. He's been a coach for over 30 years, and when I wanted to go forward with the team, the last couple of years, a lot of things have happened. We're at a point now where I really think it's important that the general manager and the head coach can work together and to build a team. I can pick the players, Chris can work with the players. We see the game the same way, and that was one of my selling points to Chris, is why I thought it would be a good fit to start this chapter together. Chris has won championships in America in the 90s. He's worked internationally with Great Britain. He's worked with Team Canada. He's won Spengler Cups. Spent a few years in Geneva as well. He's been to the finals. He's been through a lot of wars. And there's 4 things that I was looking for when I wanted to identify a head coach. I think the head coaching position in Switzerland is the most important position on a hockey team. I think it's the identity, the face of the franchise, on a day-to-day level, as far as when we go on the ice and play the games. And the 4 qualities I was looking for someone that's very prepared. Preparation, game detail, you check that box. I was looking for someone that had a lot of experience. It's obvious that Chris has that experience, but also for Hockey Club Lugano, we have a certain DNA, and the game's played with a lot of passion. I think if you look back in the history of Lugano, when the teams have been very successful, the teams that have went on the ice have had a lot of passion. I think Chris's teams, from having played against them, watching over the years, these teams have a lot of passion. So I think it's a really good fit. And then lastly, I was looking for intensity. I think we need to have a team that we compete harder on the ice. We're harder to play against. The games need to be intense. and he also checked that box. So the four major factors for me were preparation, experience, passion, and intensity. As we went on, I got to know Chris over the years, and a lot of people in Switzerland know the professional. You see him at the games, but really I think it'll be a good opportunity for our fans in Lugano also to take the time and to understand there's a person behind the professional. He's a family man. We'd like to welcome his wife Eva. They've been married for over 20 years. She's here. His son Aiden, who's also here. So he's a husband, he's a father. I think in the Italian culture, everybody knows how important family is. So to have him and also his family becoming and living full-time in Lugano, I think that's another advantage that we're going to have. And so it's an exciting day for me. And so I ask the journalists, I ask our fans, we all have a past, that's clear. What we've done in the past, we can learn from. The success of people in the past, the failures of people in the past, doesn't decide our future. And I ask us to be judged on what we're going to do today and to give Chris the opportunity to be welcomed into Hockey Club Lugano, to accept him here, to be a part of our new future together. And I'm convinced that together, working with Chris, with our players, with the support of the society, that we're going to have a really good opportunity for our future to be a real competitive team and to be able to write our page now for Hockey Club Lugano. Because we all know Hockey Club Lugano has been here all before us, and it'll probably be here all after us. But now I'm really excited to work with Chris to write our story, and with Marco and Andy and Vicky. I want to thank you guys for the support and the trust. And without further ado, I'd like to officially welcome and introduce to Hockey Club Lugano our new head coach, Chris McSorley.
Well, normally as a coach, the most important requirement is to have a very loud voice. So having a microphone is quite a luxury. But I'm very honored to be here today, and Vicky, yourself, and Andy, Marco, and especially the confidence of Nat. I'm very honored to be here. And I also recognize that Hockey Club Lugano, over my 20 years, has always represented an organization that does not compromise. Their expectations are always championship driven. And I know coming here that this is an organization that will give a coach all the assets they need to succeed, both on the ice, off the ice. And Nat used the word passion, but what I always have noticed about my experiences against Lugano is the emotion. This region, the population, and this organization represents pure emotion. And emotion with skill and direction usually equals success. And I'm very honored to be part of the equation and to enter the equation to work alongside an organization that was very clear upon my initial meetings that there is no other objectives. It's just team first, team together, and the word teamwork with the administration and the sport department, it's so critically important. And what I've learned over my experiences in Geneva at all aspects of management and ownership, that it is a team, and the organization always comes first. And I did have several options, but this is what I wanted. And I never wanted to let them know that before I was able to sign my contract, but I certainly am letting them know now, so Vicky, it's too late to take my contract back. But my passion is coaching, and it was clear with my initial discussions with Nat and then with Marco that this organization was completely aligned with what I wanted with an organization, And it's going to give me the first time in almost my entire career to come in and really give 100% of my effort and my emotion into coaching. And with the alignment of our values, and the first thing that I did receive was what Hockey Club Lugano represented. And it was clear that this organization, with the values of honesty and transparency, and the objective, the clear objective to improve every day, that this was exactly in alignment with what I wanted. This is a challenge. It's a huge personal challenge for me, and I have a lot to prove. And every day you get out of bed and you want to make your team better, and you must come and represent the black and white, and you must represent the culture of what this organization represents. And the past will always dictate the future. And the past success this organization has, what this organization is built for, and what the future is in front of us, this is a challenge that I've really am welcoming into my life. And identifying and knowing the roster over the last days and over the years, the components you have with the players and the youth direction and the junior elites, your farm system. This is an organization that's built with a good pyramid of success. And again, my deepest and heartfelt thank you to you, Vicky, Andy, Marco, and especially Matt, for this opportunity, and my family for not even blinking to when I mentioned Lugano. They were in the car waiting for me to get in, to come. And I'm honored, looking forward to tomorrow and many future years together. Thank you.
Grazie ai nostri interlocutori. Volete fare delle domande in sala oppure passiamo direttamente alle interviste all'esterno? Se qualcuno ha una domanda vengo io con il microfono.
Andiamo fuori.
Andiamo fuori, eh? Perfetto. Una cosa che volevo ancora dirvi, scusate.
Patrick, fuori o dentro? Me.
Is he the troublemaker?
Okay.
That's Homer has a couple of tweets.
You ready to become the pictures?
Yes.
That's Homer has some news he wants.
Yes.